for 6 or 7 years since I've been a solo artist. And I just met the women who organized the event. It's a music festival twice a year down in St. George Island, Florida, which is in the Panhandle and is about 6 miles from Mexico Beach, where Michael just destroyed the whole thing. And somehow, like, I've got videos on my phone, this island was under 8 feet of water, and it was just storm surge. And then the water went down, and none of the buildings were destroyed. Like, they all have water damage, and they're down there, and we're working on it. And so for the past few weeks, I've turned a lot of my home shows into, kind of like fundraising events in places where there's a lot of people who know about Right by the Sea. And that's not what tonight is. I'm keeping all the money. But you can go to rightbythesea.org, and we have an online auction, silent auction, and we've raised about $7,500 so far in that silent auction. And but yeah, it's so cool to me. Like, what I love about this charity, we're all volunteers, so like none of the money gets skimmed off like a lot of other charities. And so yeah, we put on these music festivals and these events all over the country. And all the money raised, after we pay the musicians, which is next to nothing, trust me. I contract all the musicians. And I'm terrible at asking for money on my own, for me, but I'm very good at asking for money for little kids that have cancer. That's what I've learned. And people are very bad at saying no, is what I've also learned. But I'm not going to do that to you, don't worry. But if you would like to get involved, there's a silent auction that's going on, rockbythesea.org. And there's really cool things. There's some famous artists, and then people like me and stuff too, that have donated handwritten lyrics and just little things like that. Just kind of a trinket, but all the money goes straight to the Panhandle of Florida. And one of our people that comes to Right by the Sea every year to our festivals, she's the Southeastern Director of FEMA. And so we've been working in conjunction with her to look for the holes where, FEMA has a mandate, a federal mandate of what they can and can't do. And there's need that exists outside of that, certainly. And so we're just focusing on those things that don't qualify for federal aid and wouldn't otherwise get funding. And so we're just kind of like doing specific places and people and things. And it's really cool. Right by the Sea is really cool. We get to have a very big impact with a small amount of dollars, but just because of who we choose to help. And so if you want to learn more about that, rockbythesea.org, and we are a 501c3, so it's tax deductible. And now back to things I know more about. But it's a wonderful organization for real, and I'm honored. I play it every year, and just my part is very easy. I book the bands and MC and dance around and like hire my buddies to come run sound and lights and stuff, and then people are like, "Oh man, it's great work you're doing," and I'm like, "Yeah." It's the easiest possible thing for me, actually. This is wonderful. So we have a great time. It's May. It's usually Mother's Day weekend. We have our big festival. There's like 20 to 30 bands, and it's over 4 or 5 days in a beautiful little island. And we are rebuilding. Yes. And honestly, like, I don't know how, but St. George Island was spared, and we're all just very. It was a tough couple of weeks until we finally got hands on deck, and we all went down there and looked around, and we're like, holy crap. The ocean just took this island back, and then, when it was done wreaking havoc, was like, everybody okay? All right, great. We didn't knock any buildings down, and you're like, okay, crazy. There's no